Alright, so we're back and today we're looking at the best $400 gaming PC based off brand new parts that can give you a really good upgrade path, and it will give you a really good entry level gaming performance right now. So please, if you like the video, press on that like button. We're gonna make this short and sweet of course, and subscribe if you want to see more videos of that kind. And without wasting any more time, let's get it with the benchmarks. So Apex Legends, and we are looking at around 120 to 144 FPS at low settings, 1080p. So it's a decent experience, but I would cap that at around 100 to 120 FPS. Red Dead Redemption 2 at medium to low settings, and we are getting around 60 frames per second. So that's a really good performance for a GPU intensive game like that one. Spider-Man Remastered at 1080p, I believe medium to high mixtures of settings, of course. We are getting around 60 FPS too. Cyberpunk 2077, and this is one of the most demanding games of PC gaming in general, and at medium to low settings was FSR set around quality, I guess. We were getting around 58 to 60 FPS, but we're not getting near 60 frames per second, to be honest with you guys. And the last game is God of War at 1080p medium settings and FSR set to quality. We were getting 60 frames per second. So for the CPU, we're looking at the AMD Ryzen 3 4100, and I made a whole video on why this is a good CPU for budget or entry level gaming. Anyways, this CPU goes for $70. It gets the job done. It's a quad-core 8-threaded CPU. The only CPU that should be compared with this one is the i3 10100F, and the Ryzen 3 4100 gives you a really good performance, you know, a similar performance to a Ryzen 5 3600. So yeah, the sky's the limit basically in terms of pairing it with a good GPU. But anyway, it gets the job done and you cannot go wrong. As for the board, we're looking at the MSI A520M A Pro from Amazon, but it's not in stock right now, but it usually goes for $70. It gets the job done. It's got all the bells and whistles we need, and yeah, you really can't go wrong with it. It's got 2 RAM slots, PCIe Gen 4, PCIe 4.0 support. It's got the support to a Ryzen 5800X3D even. As for the RAM, we're looking at 16 gigs of DDR4 3200 MHz to 8 GB kit of RAM. 16 gigs seems to be the optimal space or size for gaming right now. So yeah, you really cannot go wrong, and it's the cheapest actually. It goes for $37 to $40 usually on sale. So yeah, we are getting the most out of our budget here with 16 gigs, and there isn't any holdbacks or corners being cut. And when it comes to the SSD, we're looking at a 512 GB M.2 SSD even, because we have an M.2 SSD support of course. So you're getting the fast boot up times, loading speed, and decent amount of space to get all your games up and running. And the GPU, we're looking at the AMD RX 588 GB GPU for $120. So this is the variant that comes with 2048 streaming processors. So yeah, it gets the job done. It's the cheapest GPU you can get brand new. It's legitimately brand new, so it's not a scam. Don't be scared of that, you know. But it's not as fast as the RX 580. I would call it an RX 570 8 GB GPU, but people don't like the RX 570 basically, you know, as a selling GPU right now. So yeah, a good 1080p performance, an entry level 1080p performance. I've been rocking the RX 570 now for like 2 years basically, since October 2020, and I've not complaining. But to be honest with you, I'm not even gaming. But anyways, for 1080p entry level, medium to high settings, or even medium to low, when it gets a GPU intensive in a game like Cyberpunk, it gets the job done, and this CPU GPU combo is more than enough for any game you throw at it. As the case, we're looking at the Aerocool Cyclone case that goes for around $50. So yeah, it's a budget PC, and that's a budget case that will house our parts no problem. It's got an RGB bling at the front and decent ventilation, not the best, but it gets the job done. And the power supply, we're looking at the InnerMax 500 watt 80 plus power supply. This one goes for $37, and it gets the job done too, because this PC doesn't consume that much power, so we have a lot of wattage even left. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press on that like button. It's longer than usual actually, and subscribe if you want to see more videos of that kind. See you in the next one, and peace.